You know what they say, that a magician never reveals their secrets? I can pretend like I'm a magician right now and I'm gonna reveal my secrets, aka how I get my Instagram themes. I said themes because I recently switched, and so I'm gonna tell you how I got my old Instagram theme while also showing you guys how I do my new one, which looks like this. By no means am I saying that my Instagram feed is like awesome. There are people whose like Instagram feeds give me like lady boners. There's that. So if you go to my Instagram, which if you're not following me already, you should be, and my Instagram is SarahBelle93X. Right now in the process of a transition, which is kind of sad. Instagram feed, it was like darker, kind of like less saturated, and I dug it. I started that one when I was in Seattle, so TBT to that. But actually though, why aren't you following me on Instagram? And I have 5 different apps. I only use 2 of them, honestly. One of the ones I use is Facetune. Everyone and their mom knows about Facetune. I personally use it to make my widers white, just like how pretty much anyone uses it. And then I also use it to like get rid of my blemishes or anything like that, because you know, sometimes you don't really want to like have your zit just zitting around your face. So I try to avoid that by eliminating it. And so yes, I do use Facetune, but no, I do not use it to the extreme that some people use it to. I'm going to be editing this picture here, and we're going to edit them with both different techniques that I use. The first thing I would do is I would whiten the whites. When I was editing this picture on Facetune, I only whitened the background. I didn't really want to make everything else super white, so I'm just going to whiten it just because it makes it a really kind of crisp, natural looking white. All I really use for Facetune. Sometimes I use the detail tool if it's like a specific thing that I feel like is kind of being overshadowed, but for this picture I don't really have to do that. And then I save it. And then I go to Vsco Cam, which Vsco Cam is my ultimate favorite editing app. I have all the filters because I'm obsessed. So I'm gonna import that. The filter that I do use is I use 04. Makes it a little bit more contrast, I guess you could say. And so I would add that 04 to it, and then I would turn down the saturation to either -2 or -3, depending on the picture, to make it look like it would go well with the rest of them. I go to sharpen, and I usually take that up to about 4. And that's how I would get this Instagram, and I would post it, obviously. So I'm gonna show you how I edit my Instagram feed now. Now I'm gonna go to the HB1, HB2 series. This one's used by a lot of people these days, so I'm being a basic bitch, but then again, aren't we all, because we use Vsco Cam, and it just makes everything like more muted and like gray and very aesthetically pleasing. Depending on how bright the picture is, I like to usually add like a +1 in the exposure, but for this picture I did not do that. Then I go to highlight save, and I take it up to +6. And then I go to the tint tool, and I want to make it a little bit more pinky, so I add just a +1 to it, and it gives it more of like a pinkish vibe to it. And if you go to my Instagram feed, you can see that this is the one that I ended up posting, and that is how I edited my Instagram. Woo! So that is how I edit my Instagrams. I hope you guys enjoyed this, even though I probably have no idea what I'm doing. I'm by no means a photographer. It's really a hard life, guys. But those are the tips and tricks that I use, the editing software that I use on my pictures. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I would love to know in the comments below, what filter are you currently using on Vsco? Like, what's your favorite one? Just because I think it's really interesting. It says a lot about a person's character, don't you think? Be sure to stick around if you enjoyed this by subscribing. Subscribing's great because then you're notified every time I post a new video, which is pretty frequently. It's been like 2 or 3 times a week recently, and that's pretty gnarly if you ask me. So until next time, I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Tell me, would you call me? Tell me, would you call me?